girls, it's me, Fluffy. I just wanted to share with you one of the tools that I use to help motivate me and encourage me during my Couch to 5K. Currently, I've just completed week 2 of the Couch to 5K program, but one of the tools that I use has really helped me through all of this. Now, before I even start, let me let you know that you can't buy your way to fitness. So just because you go buy this item, it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to knock 2 minutes off your time or that you're going to lose 10 pounds. It just means you have another tool to use to help you and encourage you on your journey, provided that you decide to go on the journey. Okay? So, all right, let's get started. Okay, so here, this is it. This is the Nike Plus system. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a lot. This piece right here is your transmitter that you place in your shoe or on a pouch, more about that later. And this is your receiver that you hook up to your iPod Nano that transmits your information over to your iPod so that you can record it and download it to your computer. If you have an iTouch, you do not need this piece. All you need is this. It does not work on the iPhone. I know, bummer. I have an iPhone and I can't even use it for this. So it's one of the things that, hey Apple, get on the ball, put it in the iPhone, everybody wants it. Okay, so what do you do with these pieces and what do they do for you? These two items, you can track your pace, your distance, your time, and calories burned all on your iPod, and you don't have to write it down yourself. You can hot sync it to your computer and keep a log online. If you've been to my blog site, which you probably have, and that's how you found this video, but if you've been to my blog site, you'll see this little this little caricature of me who's running and showing you my last workout. That information was transmitted from here, but it goes to a even more detailed website that I'll show you in a moment. So this is your transmitter, and this is the part that you put inside your shoe. I know that sounds uncomfortable, but hang on for just a moment. Nike teamed up with Apple when it came to this, and they've created a Nike Plus shoe. It comes in different styles and colors, male and female, and there is a special insole inside the left shoe that if you pull it up, you can see a little place there to put this little gadget. When you first get it, there's a piece of styrofoam in there. Just pull it out, and then you can put this in. And it fits in real easily. You just pop it into that little spot. See, it's in there. Close up your insole, and voila, you're done. You're ready to start running. Okay? Well, let's say you don't like Nike. Let's say you don't like Nike shoes. You want nothing to do with Nike shoes. Maybe they don't have a style you like, or maybe you just have a favorite brand of shoe that works for you. Fine, you don't have to use the Nike Plus shoe. There is an alternative. One alternative is you can even go to Best Buy and they have these little Nike pouches now that you can buy, but you can also make your own. Before I bought my Nike Plus shoe, I had made this little pouch here. I Googled making my own Nike Plus pouch, and lo and behold, this lady's instructions, they're about 10 steps on how to sew this together. What this is, it's a little pouch, and you notice that you put your little, there's a little pocket here, and you put your little sensor inside it. Take your shoe, pretend this isn't a Nike Plus shoe, and you slide it through your shoelaces, and I have it Velcroed on here. And the directions on how to make this I'll put on the website, but you just go, fold it up, and ta-da, you're done. Now, if you don't want the Nike shoe, make a pouch. If you don't want to make a pouch, buy one at Best Buy. Either way, you can use it. Now, let's say you don't have an iPod. That's okay. You don't need to have an iPod to use this system. They actually have a sports band that you can buy. I don't know how much that is, but the sports band also acts as a communicator with this little transmitter. You wear it on your wrist. When you're done, you just has a little USB part that pops out, hook it to your computer, and it'll uplink to the website. Okay? Second generation. You do not need this transmitter. Okay? So how much does this cost? This piece by itself is $19.99. This with the transmitter is $29.99, and I'm not too sure how much the sports band is because I've never bought it. But here's the deal. This right here has a battery life, and it's not interchangeable. Thanks, Nike. Thanks for thinking like Apple. If a battery goes out, it goes dead. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. This little transmitter here has so many hundreds of hours of running that you can do that it will transmit. It transmits while you're moving. So while you're in motion, it's transmitting. So if you are using your running shoes for anything other than running, let's say you're going to the store, or maybe you're wearing it for the day at the picnic, I don't know why you would, but let's say you did. take this out if you're not recording your pace or anything, because you don't want to be wasting your battery in here. But if you do waste it, and good for you because you've used it enough that you've had to buy a new one, you can buy this piece separately all by itself. Okay, so how does this all work now that you know what the pieces are and what you do? So I put my little transmitter inside my shoe. I hook up my little piece here. If you have an iPod Nano, this generation or newer, you can hook this little receiver in, and you just kind of hook it in here, and you hook it where you normally hot sync on your iPod. And when you do that, your Nike website or your Nike program will start playing on here, and you tell it whether or not you want to go by time, distance, calories, or just a basic, you just want to go and you don't want to time it for you. Now, why do you set those up? Because also in your initial settings, you're going to put your weight inside here. You're going to choose whether you want it to record by kilometers or miles, and you're also going to put on here whether you want a male or female voice to talk back to you. And what this does is that at the beginning, it'll say beginning workout, and it'll tell you what your pace is. There's a little place there as you're working out. If you hit this middle button, it'll say current distance, blah blah blah, current time, current pace, current calories burned. Now, it doesn't tell you that all the time. You can do it manually by pushing it here, or it'll tell you like every 5 to 10 minutes if you're doing this by time. If you're doing it by distance, it'll tell you every quarter mile. If you're doing it by calories, it'll tell you every so many 50 calories or so. It'll also tell you when you've met your goal. So if your goal was to burn 300 calories and you burned 300 calories, it'll say congratulations, you have just completed burning 300 calories. You can continue going, and it will continue recording until you push stop. That is one of the great features about this. One of the other great features about this is if you've set a goal, like for me, because I'm doing the Couch to 5K, it is recording my pace that I'm doing. And so at the very end, if my pace has gotten better and I did my best mile ever, I'll get a voice like Tiger Woods or Lance Armstrong saying, congratulations, you have just recorded your best mile ever, which is just a great thing, that it's encouraging me, that it is acknowledging the fact that I did my best. So anyway, I love this little thing. I use it inside my Belkin here. This is my little Belkin arm strap. Now, us fluffy girls can't always put it up here. That's okay. I kind of put it on my forearm here so that I can see it and use it anyway. I've also cut a little small hole down here for the receiver. I made it just a little bit smaller than the receiver itself. That way when I place this in here, it's always hard when I'm doing it on with somebody watching me. You notice that it'll kind of pop through the bottom here and kind of sit snugly. And that way it still fits in the pouch. It's really not in my way when I'm running, okay? So anyway, this is how you would put this together. Okay, so I've hot synced my Nano to my iTunes, and you'll notice that I have a Nike tab over here now, and on this tab you'll see your last workout, a summary of your workout history, and then a place where you can go visit NikePlus.com, and that's where all your information is uploading to that website. You create a user ID there. And this is a visualization of my last run right here. So this is the one from today where I felt like I was dying. But you can see all your runs by clicking the runs button on the left hand side, and you'll see like a graph come up, and if you hover over any of the runs here, you will see a summation of the time, how far you ran, the duration, the pace, and the calories. If you want to see a visualization of a certain one, just double click it and it'll show you a visualization of that run. Along with seeing your runs, you can set up goals here. You can set up a training system in here. You can do resolutions. You can set up your mini, which is your caricature of yourself, and it's just a fun little widget there. It's very inspirational for me because if you ever see it on my website, it's accountability for me. If you ever see on my website absolutely doing nothing, that's because I have done nothing. So in order to make sure that she always looks active, I have to run and I have to hot sync it. You can't fake it. There's no way you can go into the system and edit it. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope that you found this information useful. If there's anything else you want to comment on or any questions that you have, just leave a comment on my blog and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks for watching.